Okay, third grade, this is part 2. Our selection here is gravity. Now this one you're going to do by yourself. Some independent work. First one we did together on Pluto and the solar system. Just to review, we analyzed some nonfiction text, and the idea is to answer questions that you have about the material. Who, what, when, where, and why are going to be investigated. This one's about gravity. And I'm going to read this with you, but you may go back, rewind it, or fast forward to get some of the answers to the questions, or figure out some of the questions. Okay. All right, so we have gravity. First one, what happens? What happens if you pour cereal into a bowl? What does juice do if you pour it into a glass? If your ball is dropped from your hand, what happens? What about when an apple falls off a tree? Do these items move upward or downward? And why does that happen? Reasons these objects go towards the ground is because of a scientific word called gravity. What is gravity? Gravity pulls living and non-living things downward, like how a magnet attaches to some types of metal. Gravity is a force that keeps people from flying all over the place. It keeps our feet flat on the ground. So here's a little demonstration about how gravity works. It's the invisible forces. Gravity and planets. The force of gravity is what keeps the planets in place while going around the sun. It also keeps the moon in orbit around the earth. Have you ever been to the beach? Every 6 hours the water goes in and out. It's called changing of the tide. Gravity between the moon and sun play a big role in causing the changing of the tide. Earth and moon. Since the moon is smaller than Earth, it also has significantly less gravity. When astronauts step onto the moon, they bounce off of it. Less gravity means they are not pulled down to the ground. They are able to soar through the air. When the astronauts return to Earth, gravity is what keeps them from floating back into outer space. There is less gravity on the moon. Okay. So after reading that, go to your sheet and you're going to type in the answers. Also, you're going to put the questions. Okay. When you're done, so you got who and what, when, where, and why. And you're going to put answers to those questions. All right. This one we've done already, and this one you're going to do on your own. Okay. When you're done, save it. Put your last name. And put NF for nonfiction, and you're going to save it, and then you're going to share it with me on Google Classroom by attaching a file. If there's any questions, if you're not having trouble, you can also email it to me at kgreenwood@mv.org. That's kgreenwood@mv.org. If there's any questions, please let me know. Have a great weekend. Thank you very much.